ni nini hii yenye inafanyaga huyu mse wa 200,000 anaishi life ambayo financially ana struggle, ilhali umse mwingine wa 50,000 anakaa kama ambayo financially yuko stable?
Because definition yake kwa pesa, it is what money can buy instead of what money can grow.
Isho tumalize.
Mwalimu anaweza kuwa na kakioski kake kadogo pale nyuma. Ako na nyumba na hapo mbele mama anauza tu makaa, tu mboga hivi, anauza tu.
It's true.
Ndio?
Yes.
That family is making money, is growing money.
And your family is spending money.
One person is growing, another person is spending.
You have to say that again, Mwatha.
I want you one day ukiwa na pesa kwa pocket utembee kwa street tu. Utaona vitu zimehang kwa display, whatever. But some voice, in a voice ya pesa inakwambia nunua haka.
Unanunua.
Hii unanunua.
Inakwambia, jipatia raha pia.
Kwanza unakuta sijui iko offer, buy 2 get 1 free. Yes. Vitu kama hivyo.
Unajiuliza nitapata offer kama hii lini tena?
Ya entice people that are financially illiterate. That's basically that is why they are there.
Okay.
Ni kweli. But
umesema vibaya. So how do you move after you have a salary? Yes. So how do you budget? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Karibu tena ndani ya AMTV, and thank you so much for choosing this channel. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate, and God bless you. And asante sana for all the comments, for the likes, for sharing, for subscribing. Many bless sana, by the way. That's the reason why we keep shooting every single day. Now, a few weeks ago, we had a very interesting episode with one financial leadership and governance expert, Mwatha Njoroge. Tulikuwa naye katika studio hapa, and very, very interesting comments katika mtandao wa YouTube. All right, if you haven't watched that one, please go and watch it. It is titled Usijenge Oshago. Hiyo title iliwashika najua. Anyway, we have interesting comments from Eric Ayera. Eric says, we are not born to make money. We are born to enjoy the most comfortable life ever. Enjoy the comfort of a good home and a luxury car. If you can afford it, life is not about making money. It's not all about making money. Huyo ni Eric. Alafu akaungwa mkono hapa na Newton Mwiti akasema absolutely. Alafu kuna Joyce Mbogwa pia akasema pale, what he says makes sense. If you have it, hold it for a few years. Let it generate income, then do as you desire. He isn't against building homes for our parents or living a luxurious life. It's all about timing. Huyo Joyce Mbogwa ni kama aliangalia episode nzima. Wewe uliwatch episode nzima. I think you got it. Yaani umegonga ndipo pap. Umegonga kabisa pale kwa ile point. Alafu Eric Mato anamuunga mkono Joyce Mbogwa, anasema for sure I have learned a lot. Pia Catherine Mweni anasema exactly. Anaweka ile 100% pale kuunga mkono. Alafu pia kuna anaitwa nini? Wadhika anasema I built for my parents before I bought my first house. Just like this influencer, it was the most fulfilling thing I ever did with my money. Period. My parents are now dead. Pole sana, by the way. May the Lord keep resting their souls in eternal peace. I'm able to do anything with my money now. When I remember what I did for them, go on and take that loan and build for your parents. If they need a decent house, you will thank me later. Hey, I love the comments and the opinions from all of you. Kila mtu yuko na opinions zake. And this is what AMTV is all about. You know? We bring you an episode, you think about it, you learn from it, and then you grow from it. Sindio? So today, Mwatha Njoroge is back. back with a bang because a lot of you guys texted me mkaniambia jamani mregeshe Mwatha Njoroge kwa studio. And you had your own issues. Kuna wale walikuwa wanasema tuongelee mambo ya budgeting. Tuongelee mambo ya kuhusiana na stories what is it called? Kuna wale walikuwa wanasema budgeting, kuna wale walikuwa wanasema kuhusiana na mkopo, debts, watu ambao wamekwama kabisa. And then there are people who are saying Mwatha arudi atuongeleshe kabisa. There's an issue here. And this is where I want us to actually start. First of all, acha nimkaribishe Mwatha Njoroge. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Na shukran sana kwa kuja once again, my brother.
Thank you.
Nafurahi.
Asante sana.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That was a good episode.
Asante
Umesikia
sana.
comments, eh?
Very.
Umecheki katika YouTube zile comments? Ni mingi sana.
Sana. Some good, some bad, but
Yes.
huo ndio Ukenya wetu ule.
Ndio Ukenya wetu ule. And then ndio raha ya Ukenya.
Hiyo ndio Kenya yetu.
Yes. Now, Mwatha, there's one question I got from someone. Akawa ananiambia, Mwakideu, Mwatha akikuja nataka umuulize. There is a struggle here. There's a group of people in this country wenye Mungu amewabariki kidogo. Okay? Somebody has, most of them are employed. Vizuri tu. A salary between 100, 150, 200,000, you know. They're okay. Kuta mtu anaishi katika nyumba nzuri kabisa. Apartment safi sana. Yuko na gari yake pale anaendesha. Lakini hajajenga ushago. Hana investment yoyote. Yuko na wife. Yuko na watoto. Wanakwenda shule. Maybe expensive schools and stuff. So yuko kwa deni. This person has a salary of 200,000. Yuko kwa deni. Someone else, yuko na salary ya 50,000. Probably ni mwalimu. Ama ni nurse. You know, watu kama mshahara yake iko chini kidogo. Wote wanaishi Nairobi. But this is the person with a salary of 50,000. Hana deni. Oshago, amejenga. Hata kama ni nyumba inakaa vipi, lakini ni 3 bedroom yuko nayo Oshago. Akienda Oshago, yuko na nyumba. Apart from that, yuko na kahardware fulani ama kashop fulani pale Ushago. Ama yuko na bodaboda zingine, especially walimu. Walimu wameendelea sana. Na mshahara yao si ati hizo ma 200,000. And these people are all living in Nairobi. Huwezi kusema ati huyu anaishi sijui place yenye sijui chakula ni cheap ama nini. No. They all live in Nairobi. All of them have families. So ni nini hii yenye inafanyaga huyu mse wa 200,000 anaishi life ambayo financially ana struggle, ilhali mse mwingine wa 50,000 anakaa kama ambayo financially yuko stable? Ama pesa nyingi ni laana?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sidhani pesa nyingi ni laana.
Yeah.
But laana ni kutoelewa, first of all, how to define money.
How to define money.
Yes. Because if you don't understand how to define money, no matter how much you have, it will never change your life. And this is what I mean.
Okay.
Kuna watu now from a very religious, kwa heshima zote from religious point of view, 21st century there are people who still believe money is a root of all evil.
Yes, iko katika Biblia. Wamesema iko katika Biblia.
Are you also aware that
the
the Bible also say money answereth all things?
Hapo katika Biblia hiyo moja.
Hiyo tu.
Yes.
So, but ask a typical person, they only know money is the root of all evil. Others, they do not know money is a tool that can answer all things. And that is a very basic definition of what money is.
Okay.
The other thing, I'll look at it this way. When you're looking at money, we have people with, umesema kama mwalimu akona pesa kidogo, anajisitiri kwa pesa zake zile kidogo, 50,000 or even less. Ako Nairobi na anafanya shughuli zake za kawaida.
Yes.
Na hayuko katika lifestyle ya mikopo.
Yes.
Hana deni.
Yes.
Na ako sawa.
Yes.
Kuna mwingine hapa.
Na bado kwa nyumbani wanakula kuku pia.
Anakula very healthy.
Inaliwa.
Very healthy.
Bado samaki inaliwa tu.
Hata managu ingawa tunaita mahu, whatever it is.
In fact, I hear some of them, chakula inatoka hata Ushago inatumwa, mboga kienyeji inakuja, sijui ugali ya kisiagi inaletwa. Wanakula chakula mzuri sana.
Very healthy. but you find this other person earning a $250,000 shillings every month.
Yes.
But ukimuuliza yeye how they define money, first of all, what comes to their mind is what money can buy.
Okay, what money can buy.
What money can buy. Kwa hivyo mtu atakwambia I own a car, but wewe unajua kwamba that car obviously it's a liability, of course. Atakwambia niko na nyumba.
Yes.
Hiyo nyumba ni ile tu. Mtengenezee chochote. Niko na subscription nyumbani, amesubscribe everywhere.
Ana wifi.
Hizo vitu zote. Leakages zimejaa kwa nyumba.
Showmax. Amesubscribe.
Nguo anazovaa brands.
Hata kwa simu amesubscribe Google.
Hizo
manini.
Because definition yake kwa pesa, it is what money can buy instead of what money can grow.
Isho tumalize.
Sindio? Which is the whole difference. Mwalimu anaweza kuwa na kakioski kake kadogo pale nyuma. Ako na nyumba na hapo mbele mama anauza tu makaa, tu mboga hivi, anauza tu.
It's true.
Sindio?
Yes.
That family is making money, is growing money.
And your family is spending money.
This other person is spending. This other person is making money. How watu hakuna siku watapatana? One person is growing, another person is spending.
You have to say that again, Mwatha. You have to say that again.
Na sio kupenda kwetu.
You have to say it again. You've gotten the definition of money wrong.
Purely.
Your thinking is what money can actually do for you.
Yes.
And the other person is thinking what money
can grow.
And that's where the first mistake comes in.
That is
so pale kwa mwalimu bibi yake anachoma samaki nje.
Yes, na hana shida na hiyo, wala hana aibu na hiyo.
Anachoma vizuri, anauza samaki zake pale. Mwalimu anakwenda kufundisha, anarudi, kidogo kidogo anafanya tuition pale.
Yes.
They are growing money.
Pesa zake zinakuwa.
Wewe mwenyewe huku mwingine umechukua gari, umekopa tayari gari, mafuta, service, wewe yako una spend. You're spending your money.
I had you reading a comment. Mtu akisema kwamba we were born to enjoy. Did you say that?
It's true, yeah.
Juzi, I made a video nikisema 90% of the most expensive cars you find around.
Yeah.
Ukiona watu wanaendesha huku magari makubwa.
Yes.
90% of them, they don't even own them. They don't own them.
90% is a huge number.
Yes, they don't own them.
90%?
Yes, they don't own them. They are financing them. They are financed. They are leased.
No wonder, Mwatha, in the newspapers utaona tu magari zinakuwa nini auction.
Mingi sana. Makubwa.
Every day.
Because
Mercedes, manini.
Mtu alipata kamshahara kake yako unasema.
Yes.
And the first signal ya kuingia kwa debt inakuanga hivi. You are earning.
Yes.
You first of all you confuse earning with wealth. Earning is not wealth. Yes, earning
is not wealth. You're confusing two things.
Actually, you are confusing salary with wealth.
Salary is not wealth.
Salary is not wealth. Unless and until you use that salary, buy assets that generate income.
Then you'll be talking about wealth.
Yeah, we're talking about. But using your salary to borrow, or rather what we call qualify, but for me, that is the biggest scam we sell around, or the biggest financial lie. The first thing unajiuliza, I'm earning 500,000 Kenya shillings a month.
Yes.
Unaanza kujiuliza, how much loan can I qualify? That's the first question. You don't ask how much can this $500,000 grow. You ask how much can my salary qualify. And any financial institution loves that. They love your illiteracy.
Mbona unaniongelea bwana?
But that's what we do.
No, but don't do that, bwana.
Anakwambia, Alex, naona kamshahara kako hizi mita fulani. Unajua, Alex, unaweza qualify the latest model ya gari.
But you know, you're talking about me because the first time when I came to Nairobi and I joined the Standard Media Group, Radio Maisha, kidogo nitaje your bank, they came to us with the same story you're talking about.
Yes.
Your salary can actually get you this amount of money.
Anakuitisha pesa.
Hii ni gari unaweza pata.
Anakwambia hii ni gari unaweza pata.
And you know the first loan I took in my life, nilichukua kuchukua gari.
And that is a joy because they know you've got money in the pocket, you don't have it in the head. Unajua kuna watu wengi sana wako na pesa kwa mfuko lakini hawanazo kwa akili.
Unamaanisha nini?
Namaanisha hivi. I'm trying to look for a easy example for someone can understand.
Yes.
If you go out there and win lottery,
yes,
why do so many people go bankrupt? Because they do not have that mindset, that financial literacy to grow money. All they know and they understand spending. So money is in the pocket. It is not
in the head.
And until your pocket is wired somehow to your brain, it will be money in, money out. Money in, money out. But that mwalimu somehow anajua kamshahara kake kadogo, ana mtu wa kufurahisha. That person is living their life. Anataka kufurahisha nani?
Yeah.
Wewe kwa sababu, and of course that is the biggest mistake that we have. Of course, once we start earning, the first thing we are looking for validation.
Yeah.
Tunataka watu wafurahi. Wajue our position in the state, in the society. Na once wameanza kujua maisha yetu katika society, you actually have a problem spending or rather living within your means. Because how will you be validated? Yani can imagine jina kubwa hivi kama la Alex. Na Alex ndio huyu anaishi bedsitter.
Yes.
I would rather have Alex.
Yes.
Aishi Life, what we call Life suburbs.
Yes.
Sindio?
Ndio.
Aishi pale wenye wanasema hafadhali nililie nikiwa, how do they put it? Aliye kwa Range Rover.
Kwenye Range Rover. Shinda kulia kwenye bodaboda.
Kwenye bodaboda.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yeah.
So that is the best capture of what people think about money. What this money can do for me,
yes,
instead of what can this money grow for me.
Okay. That's the biggest issue that people have.
And that is
one issue.
That is how they define money. Such that once money comes in, money finds a list of expenditure. Sindio? Tutumie hivi, tutumie.
Imekuja, imeingia. Ninunue, nifanye nini?
Nifanye nini? Badala ya kufikiria, what can this money grow?
Itatokaje 100,000 mpaka 200,000?
200,000. So that hako kakitu nataka katoke from mazao or the return from whatever I am having. Na sio
how do I get that?
Sio shida kidogo.
Sio shida kidogo.
I remember even ukitaka kujua vizuri how deep this problem is.
Yeah.
Tafuta tu mtoto mdogo tu. Mpe 50 bob ama coin. Na usimwambie kitu. Either mkiwa supermarket or somewhere tu. The first thing that comes in the mind of that child, anatafuta kitu ya kununua.
Anatafuta peremende. Straight away.
Yes.
Ama ice cream. Akiona tule msiwa ice anakimbia.
Bas.
Niko na pesa sasa.
Huyo ni 20 bob. Na that person, that particular, hata wakati atapata 2 million. The first reaction atakapopata that 2 million, atakuwa tafuta, what can I buy?
Which car is available?
Because that is a system that has been built or programmed. That's how we are programmed from the time we are young.
Who programmed us that way?
Nobody. Society, of course.
How can you walk out of that program?
Can you imagine Nairobi hii ama Kenya hii? Everybody, I would say, and I'm okay, with all honesty, kwa sababu mimi ni Mkenya kama wale.
Yes.
Most people are broke. But I would surprise you by telling you people are competing to impress other broke people like them. Unaniangalia hivi, unaona Mwatha alinunua kagari na haujui hii gari ni ya deni. Sindio?
Kweli.
Hujui ni ya deni.
Kweli.
Ninahama, hiyo ni mortgage niko nayo.
Kweli.
Kanguo nimevaa, hata labda, especially maybe unaona labda hata ni celeb aliambiwa avae ndio promote certain brand.
Kweli.
Na wewe, ideally this Mwatha has nothing. Kila kitu ni mikopo. Mpaka niko na online platforms za kukopa. Nimekopa. Na wewe pia kwa sababu haujui mimi nimekopa, unaanza kutafuta vitu za kuniimpress. You want to impress me. But I'm also broke.
Unaingia katika shimo hiyo.
Hiyo tu bila kujua. So both of us are broke, but we are competing to impress each other.
So hawa wengine ambao hawa tuseme, I like the example of the teachers because somehow I've had a lot of stories. You know, there was a time I used to work with teachers. You know, katika sako yao. I used to work with them katika sako yao. I was an MC huko katika events zao za sako sana. Sitataja jina la hiyo sako, lakini I am telling you the stories from teachers and their discipline. Nilikuwa na admire sana. I could not even believe what I'm hearing. Mimi mwenyewe nakuja pale kama MC, my salary is way above the stories I'm hearing. What they have done is way above what I've done. Hatuko pamoja level moja na wao. Wao wako kule in terms of investment. Mimi niko huko chini in terms of investment. But my salary is up there. Their salary. So I love, so walitoa wapi hiyo discipline yao? Is it, then, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Sometimes, let me tell you about what we're calling big money or big salary. And I will say this, because this is not a subject we have been taught anywhere in school.
Okay.
Anywhere.
Okay.
I've never entered any class, primary, secondary, university. I have never found in a class people are being taught about financial literacy.
Okay.
So we are living in a society. People have got money and they are earning.
Yes.
But the mindset, the financial literacy, hypo.
So should we then start teaching people about this?
Of course. Because, and I will say this with all due respect to the educational system that we have.
Yeah.
Anytime I normally huwa naongea kuhusu education system, watu wanaambia Mwatha unaongea vibaya ni kwa sababu hujasoma. Of course nimesoma. Let me clarify that kwa
yes.
But I have been secondary school. I have been in university. Master's class, PhD class, and I have never been invited to attend any financial literacy class, such that you find a professor or somebody teaching in a university. They have got all this big title, but the conversation about money is foreign. Because all they were taught to fit in a salary. They were taught to believe income is wealth, and therefore somebody will tell you I'm permanent and pensionable.
Yeah, it's true.
But that other
mwalimu, safe I'm permanent and pensionable.
But you may fit in a system that is already designed to trap you.
Okay.
It's a system that has been designed to trap you.
There's a people who created the system.
Of course.
So we can be consumers and consumers and consumers.
Kabisa. Hawa unaongelea kuhusu wanao earn, ukitembea not mitandaoni, big shops. Why do you think some shops like buy now and pay later are very, very lucrative and profitable?
Na zimezidi kuongezeka.
Buy now,
pay later.
They are telling you
ama lipa mdogo mdogo.
Lipa mdogo mdogo.
Pole tu.
Scams.
Take it up, go with it, then continue paying.
Who do they benefit? The middle class. People who are earning the big salaries you are talking about. Who buy brands? Logo yenye unaona hapa kwa gari hapo mbele. Who buy those logos?
The middle class.
It's the middle class. Because they were taught to think about the logo, not the function of the car. Because basically you would want to imagine a vehicle to take you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But you want to buy a logo.
Yeah.
You want to, if it's clothing, you want to buy brands.
Yeah.
So such a brands ideally understand that we have been persuaded to believe this is how life should be lived, this is how we need to enjoy life, and this is how we need to spend the money. But this is the best way of handling a teacher. A teacher understands something different, perhaps from perception and orientation of the life they live. Ama ule mtu wa kamshahara kadogo. Huyu mtu wa mshahara kadogo anajua yeye lazima aishi mahali, akule, anywe na life yake aishi. Somehow there are 50,000 Kenya shillings. Hana ego.
Yes.
Hana ego.
Yeah.
Ukienda kwa portfolio yake,
utakuta
asset ndizo nyingi kuliko ego.
Yes.
Ukienda kwa yule middle class, utakuta ego kwa portfolio yake, ego ndizo nyingi.
Ego zaidi ya assets.
Kuliko assets. Ukimuuliza hii gari ni ya nini, ni kwa sababu wale ambao watu tunaofanya kazi na wao, kila mtu ako na gari.
Na chupa ya maji.
Ananunua hivyo.
Yes.
Anapata kamshahara kwa mfano
na glasses.
Ameongezwa kamshahara.
Yes.
Then what we call life creep phenomenon inaingia. All of a sudden you anza kuona, by the way, how was I living in a one bedroom house? How? I
can't even breathe here. Hata hewa sisikii hapa, sisikii hewa.
Yani ni mimi tu nilikuwa nanunua nguo kwa street mimi. Aje?
Nanyolewa aje na 50 bob mimi?
50 bob.
Na spirit.
When other my contemporaries who wananunua nini, wanaenda wapi kila weekendi ndio how lifestyle creep phenomenon inaingia. So that means hata ukiongezewa pesa, they don't make any difference in your life. Because your money is to manage lifestyle.
It's true.
But ya mwalimu, it is to grow.
Me, I'm telling you, nilikuwa nasikia walimu wamesomesha watoto wao hata 4 paka university. University kabisa? With that salary.
With that kasari kadogo.
Yes.
Because hawana hiyo pressure wewe uko nayo. Hana hiyo pressure ya lifestyle uko nayo.
So now there are people who are saying, Mwatha, Njoroge, who are saying, tumia pesa ikuzoee.
Ni sawa.
Tumia pesa ikuzoee. Usiogope kufa nayo. We tumia pesa ikuzoee. Yani sasa wewe unajua, when you use money, and then you work with people who have money, and then you meet them hata kama ni kule kwa golf course kule mnacheza nao golf, that's how also money gets attracted to you. You attract money when you spend money. I don't know, what would you say about that? That you actually attract money because of the way you spend money. Sasa wewe ni mtu wa Panari Hotel, unakunywa latte yako pale kidogo, unakutana na waheshimiwa kidogo pale. You know, as much as you're earning 250,000, you know, somehow you'll get some deals here and there, move to 300,000 before you know it, you're at 400. What do you say about that?
Ni vizuri by the way kuishi hivyo na kuamini kwamba money is for spending. But first of all, it is only somebody who is financially illiterate who think money is for spending. You must be thoroughly illiterate.
You tumia money, tumia pesa ikuzoeni.
Yes, you must
illiteracy
be
kabisa?
Thoroughly illiterate to think that way.
Okay.
Kwa sababu the person you think, yule unaenda naye golf maybe, and I wanted to give you an example venye umesema mheshimiwa fulani, mwana biashara fulani. That person first of all has created assets. Zinafanya afford this kind of life.
Okay.
Wewe isipokuwa mshahara, what else do you have?
Ni hiyo tu.
Sini mshahara uko nayo?
Na madeni.
Na madeni.
Yes.
Na unataka kushindana na mwingine hapo. Juzi, when I talked about usuri za kujenga Ushago.
Yes.
Kitambo kidogo, when the former prime minister died,
yes,
somebody said, Mwatha ona, sasa kama hangekuwa amejenga nyumba, hawa wageni wangekuwa kiutana wapi? So nikashindwa. I mean, what kind of argument is this? This person you're talking about
yes,
has every means to afford the kind of lifestyle
he lived. Yes.
And he can afford that.
Yes.
But wewe uko hapa.
Yes.
The only thing you have a salary. And you want to commit that salary to put up a house so that if you are to die, God forbid, people will find a place to, I mean, how? No wonder when you die, unatuachia umaskini. You have nothing to inherit.
You're thinking about your life after death.
You think about life
You're thinking about life now.
Yes. Na unajicompare.
Haufikirii maisha yako ukiwa hai, unafikiria maisha ukiwa umeaga.
Ya mtu ameaga.
Una invest in your death instead of investing in your life.
Look at the people who go to golf places and those others. Most of these guys, most of them have investment or assets. And actually, this kind of lifestyle they are living is not coming anywhere from their pocket. Some of it is not even, it is very far from there. Some of them are not even salaried. But they created assets that afford this kind of life.
Yes.
So mimi na kamshahara kangu kadogo.
Yes.
Nimechukua nataka kwenda high-end clubs.
Yes.
So that I can meet akina so, which is okay. Meeting someone is potential. But knowing what to do with that network. I have heard people talking about your network is your net worth.
Yes.
But I know you, Alex.
Yes.
But until I understand
yes,
how much or what I need to do your contact as my network,
yes,
it will never ever change my life.
Okay. Until you know the benefits that come with connecting with you.
Yes. Naweza kuwa na namba ama contact of the who is who.
Yes.
But natumia hiyo contact kumtumia tu emoji, kumwambia hello umeamkaje.
Yes. Namjua mimi namjua.
Namjua huyu unamjua.
Mheshimiwa namjua. I know the governor.
So what? Kuna mwenye anatumia hiyo namba to build a system. Wewe unatumia hiyo namba kwa sababu unamjua, mpaka unamtumia please call me kwa sababu unamjua. Are you benefiting anything?
No, you're not.
Meeting somebody kucheza golf, kukutana huko. The issue is,
Yes.
this person might have created a system. Now, once you create system, by the way, live the kind of life you'd want to live.
Okay.
So you might create system that can afford this kind of lifestyle.
Yes.
Well, who would stop you from living all that kind of life you would want?
Yes.
But for God's sake, salary, regardless of how much it is, it cannot afford you that. It cannot afford you that.
Okay. Now, another issue. So, you're saying what is killing the middle class, people who are earning, let me give it around 100,000 to now 250,000, those who are earning up to 500,000, what is killing them, number one, is understanding the real meaning of money.
They don't know how to define money.
How to define money.
They
That's
don't.
number one. How to
They
define.
don't.
They've never known. They're thinking about, they get money, they're thinking how to spend.
How to spend.
How to spend. Niko na hii pesa
And they are good
inaweza
spenders.
kununua nini? Inaweza kufanya nini?
Badala inaweza kukuza nini?
Sasa wale wenzetu wanatushindia pale.
Hapo.
What can it bring? How can it grow?
How can it grow?
To the other ninio. Now, hapo ndio mimi naingia Mwatha nauliza, help us here. Because a lot of people, I received almost 12. Nikiangalia kwa Facebook, kwa Instagram, Facebook and Instagram, almost 12 DMs katika ile previous episode ya kwetu. People told me, mwambie Mwatha, atuambie the simplest way we can budget. Because I think now that's another issue.
Budgeting.
Because you see, when you're talking about people don't know how to define money, it means these are people who don't even have a budget.
They
Hata
don't.
budget hana.
Hata hajui ni ya nini.
Pesa ikiingia hata hajui, where do I start? Pesa imeingia, So, alafu. So, what do you do? How do you move after you have a salary, yes. So, how do you budget?
Good. Budgeting, first of all, budgeting is a tool. Just like any other tool.
Okay.
So the more you understand budgeting, the better you can work out with money. But there are other people who think budgeting is limiting. Yani unataka kunipimia hewa na vitu kama hivyo kwa sababu unaniambia to budget.
Kweli.
But if you don't understand budget, money will command you.
Yeah.
But if you understand budget, you will command money.
Okay.
I want you one day ukiwa na pesa kwa pocket utembee kwa street tu. Utaona vitu zimehang kwa display whatever. But some voice in a voice ya pesa inakwambia nunua haka.
Unanunua.
Hii unanunua.
Inakwambia jipatie raha pia.
Kwanza unakuta sijui iko offer buy 2 get 1 free, vitu kama hivyo.
Unajiuliza nitapata offer kama hii lini tena?
Ya kuentice people that are financially illiterate. That is why they are there.
Okay.
Si kweli? But
umesema vibaya. Umesema vibaya sana lakini sawa tu.
Wacha ni change tu niseme hivi.
Change kidogo.
Wacha niseme tu.
Please.
Hizi vitu unasikia buy 2 get 1 free or whatever it is.
Yes.
What are they? Actually, they promote impulse buying.
Yes.
And who is an impulse buyer? It is somebody who is financially illiterate.
Okay.
Sawa. So tusameheane hapo.
Okay.
So, but suppose this person has budgeted.
Yes.
Anaelewa.
Yes.
Nimetoka nyumbani na dhao.
Ndio.
Na ninaenda town kununua XYZ.
Ndio.
Hata ukikuta nini, discipline tells you with your 1,000 this is what you can do, because you already know exactly what you want.
Okay.
Hata ukikuta hizi buy 2 get 1 free na whatever, those ones will not entice you because you already know, rather you already have a framework that will guide or command your money.
Okay.
But if you allow money to command you,
yes,
you can be sure your life will be about enriching others instead of enriching yourself.
Okay.
Because you go out, buy and buy and buy.
Okay.
Now, a very simple formula I would use for the purposes of this conversation. There are so many principles of budgeting. But let me, for the sake of this argument, let me use one principle, like 50, 30, 20.
50, 30, 20.
50% of your money, use it for basic needs.
For what? Basic needs.
Basic needs.
Okay.
30% set up an emergency fund.
Okay.
Vitu vinaweza kufanyika. Then 20% save or invest.
Okay.
Sindio?
All right.
Now, let me give you the same 1,000 shillings. Unatembea pale kwa street. Ukipoa 1,000 hivi, ukitaka kupona, you don't think of spending fast. You think of saving fast.
Okay.
So get 200 out of it.
Weka mbali hiyo. Forget about it.
Okay. You either saved it or you have invested that money.
Mungu atusaidie.
Sindio? 2, 300 shillings emergency fund. Vitu hufanyika, vitu hutokea tu.
Emergency fund unaweka.
Yes, set aside 300
That's a different account.
Yes, that's a different account.
Okay.
Then you are left with 500 shillings. Let your now everything that you have, including enjoying the kind of lifestyle you want, zitoshe kwa zile 500. Because that is
so nusu, half of your income.
Yes, because that is what your money can afford you at that particular moment. Suppose you went, ulikuwa unataka.
That's how you're supposed to live.
Yes, that's how you're supposed to live. Uko na 1,000, umekuta kwa street kiatu kinauzwa 1,000. The first instinct is, I have 1,000 na inaweza afford hii kiatu because it is 1,000.
Yes.
But that's a wrong way of thinking.
Okay.
Because you don't have 1,000. You only have 500.
Okay.
Uko na 500 tu.
Tena kuna mwingine ataona hiyo kiatu ni 1,500, anasema niko na 1,000 lakini fuliza yangu iko na 500.
So you get deeper into debt.
Unasema hii kiatu siwachi.
Because something unajua hauja budget, so money is commanding you.
Okay.
Fuliza,
Okay.
pigia mtu, mpigie please call me, akutumie 500.
Yes.
Because you think this
na hizo mobile wallets zingine.
This is the only shoe that will ever be available. Si ni kweli? But a good person should think, akiona 1,000 hivi, kwanza kitu cha kwanza, hii si 1,000, hii ni 800. Because 200 haipo.
And then 300 pia ya emergency haipo.
Yes. Sasa ukisimama hapo kiatu kiko pale na uko na 500, ndio unaweza kujiuliza, by the way, is this you a need or is it on a need?
Because I only have 500.
Yes. Must I buy now?
And this 500 is not for a pair of shoes only.
Yes. Or
it's for...
Izitosha hizo vitu zingine zote hapo. It is a discipline. Budgeting, first of all, it is a discipline. It is a tool that fits you in a certain discipline. Now, once you understand that, tomorrow, you will never lack kwa sababu uko na pesa that is, first of all, 1,000 has created an asset. Asset that is generating income. That is why we set aside 200 shillings or 20% of whatever it is generating. 300 shillings for sure, you know, kitu kikitokea. Hautapigia mtu please call me ama reverse call ndio akusaidie.
Yes. Ama fungue WhatsApp group.
You have something set aside.
Yes.
Then 500, you'll be comfortable saying, I'm spending this because I know for sure. In case of anything, nimejipanga. Kama ni zile assets, zinakuwa. But we don't use budget because, of course, budget sounds like a foreign thing that is limiting, inakupimisha hewa.
Yeah.
But most people they don't use actually budget. They spend and then wonder, pesa za kuinvest zinatokanga wapi? Someone asked, Mwatha, pesa za kuinvest zinatokanga wapi na sina? Nikamwambia, kwani ulikuwa na pesa ngapi? Kaambia, mimi hata kama nikipata nyingi mimi siwezi kosa 2,000. And I thought, kama ni kuinvest, kuna share mpaka ya shilingi 5. Sindio?
Iko.
Siku nazo?
Iko.
Ukienda supermarket ubakie na kachange ya shilingi 10, it is enough.
Okay.
Ni kweli?
So now let me ask you, Mwatha. Another thing is, you're saying, you know, umekata yo salary ama yo income ya mtu by half.
By half.
Umekata by half. You're saying, live with the half.
Yes, live with the half. Live within half.
Live within half.
Yes, live within
Let me ask you. If, for example, you're earning 100,000. Unasema niishi tu kwa 50,000.
Ishi hapo.
Hapo ndo niko.
Ishi hapo kwa hapo.
Hapo kwa 50,000 ndo niko kwa rent, kwa school fees,
yes,
kwa chakula, kunyolewa, transport, nini, hapo kwa shilingi 50.
Kama haja yako sio kuimpress mtu. Na you are competing with someone to impress somebody who is also broke like you.
Yes.
Ishi hapo kwa 50,000 Kenya shilling. Mambo yako yote yatoshee wapi?
Kwa hiyo 50,000.
Including black tax.
Hapo.
Including black tax. Ikipita tu hapo, the nearest answer is no. Without necessarily feeling the urge of explaining. Because kwa sababu hiyo ndio inafanya tuvuje budget.
Kweli, yeah.
We don't know how to say no. Now, if you don't know how to say no, you cannot work with a budget.
So where do you live with 50,000? Let's work with 100,000. So 50,000 is, you're saying rent yangu ikuwe ngapi hapa? If I have a wife and 2 kids and 3 kids. Hapo unasema rent. We are working with 100,000. Hapo unasema naishi wapi?
Utatoshea papo hapo.
Nitafute nyumba ya ngapi? 10,000. Because now
if at one time, Alex,
it has to be 10,000.
Utawahi kuona maisha yako ikiwa tofauti.
Yeah.
It is not actually about 10,000 or 100,000 or a million Kenya shillings. It is, what is your mindset? What is it that you do with your money? Are you looking at your money as a tool that is growing? So that hata wakati unaishi kwa nyumba ya 10,000, sindio? You have something on this other side that is growing.
Okay.
You have set aside something is growing.
Yeah.
But kuna huyu mtu anaishi nyumba ya 500,000. Kuna wapo. Nimeona tu kwa mtandao wapo, huyu anaishi wapo. But the worst mistake that person can be is ana kitu kinachome. Huyo mtu kwa mfano, I heard somebody saying, describing it. Huyu mwalimu wa mtu wa 100,000 ama mwalimu wa pesa kidogo. Sorry, sio vizuri kutumia mwalimu. Wasije wakatambia yeye ni walimu.
No.
Earning pesa kidogo,
Yes.
Kama mapato yako ni madogo, most of these people utaona wakiplant trees, kwa sababu wanajua huu mti ukimea utakuwa na matunda, utakuwa na kivuli, uko na kadhalika. But huyu mtu ana earn million Kenya shillings. They are just decorating leaves.
Okay.
Miti imepandwa na watu wengine.
Yes.
So wewe unashikilia vitu za wenyewe, mimi hii ni job, ndio niko hapa, niko na kamshahara, but mti si wako.
Yes.
So yule mwenye mapato madogo atakushinda kwa sababu amekuwa akikuza mti pole pole
wake. Hata kama unakuwa pole pole, lakini ana mti wake.
Ana mti wake. Mwisho wewe hauna mti. Wewe hauna mti, utakuja mwisho atakuja kula matunda, atapata kivuli, anaweza toa kuni hapo. Wewe mti wewe, you are just decorating leaves. Si ndio?
Yes.
Ulikuwa na nini chako?
Hauna.
Now that is what killed the middle class, kwa sababu once we understand how we define this money, so that tuone pesa sio za bills. Pesa sio sawa na kulipa bills. Pesa, first of all, is a tool that should earn a lifestyle that will enable you pay bills. But middle class use money to pay bills.
Okay.
Money is not supposed to pay bills.
Okay.
Yes, it is income from your assets that's supposed to pay bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, there is another issue here. Young people are already stuck, Mwatha. See, we can talk about budget.
Yes.
We can talk about changing your mindset when it comes to receiving an income. We can discuss all this. Lakini young people are already stuck kwa madeni. Hata ukasema hii lugha yote tunaongea hapa and people are watching and like, sawa, I would love to start again. You know, I have learned something. I want a new beginning, financial beginning. Nianze mahali tena fresh. Niokote kutoka juu. But now again, bado napigwa na madeni. Mshahara yangu imeshuka, iko mali naishi vibaya. What is the fastest way and the easiest way to get out of debt?
Alex, kitu ni ngumu. Debt sio mchezo. Especially if debt ilikuwa imekuinua kwa level fulani, ili utoshane na akina fulani. I mean, debt has raised you to a level.
Yeah.
You wanted to afford life to look like your contemporaries.
Yeah.
If things go south for you, Alex, God forbid, one of the most difficult things you'll be finding,
yes,
ni kujaribu to make your contemporaries kuambia now you are broke. Ni ngumu.
I know.
Because wanakuita kila outings mwende, mukajienjoy.
Tena same places.
Same places. Mshakula, tunajuanga Alex tunakurushia bill. Na hauna. Na ile courage ya kuniambia, Mwatha, do you know I'm broke? Mwatha, do you know, I'm suffocating in it. So hard. So first of all, accept that your lifestyle is a lie.
Okay.
Tukuanzia hapo.
All right.
Just kubali kwamba your lifestyle
is a lie.
Then cut down that lifestyle. Because after all, it is that habit that brought you there.
So come to the real life.
Kuja sasa kuwa real.
The real lifestyle that you're supposed to
Ulikuwa
live.
natembelea gari. Of course, na ilikuwa nzuri. I had one. Na niko na driver hapo. Ile siku nilijikuta sasa sina driver na ingebidi nijiendeshe mimi ama nitafute matatu. Na niridhike mtu akikwambia, Mwatha tunakutana mahali fulani. Nimwambie siwezi make. Ni ngumu wale.
Okay.
Ni ngumu. So first of all, once you accept kwamba your lifestyle is a lie, number 2, cut that lifestyle. That habit that brought you there, iondoe. Now you need to be brutal here.
Okay.
Now you don't need to be brutal with anyone. Just be honest with yourself. Like hii haya maisha. Ni kweli nilikuwa naishi mitaa mikubwa.
Yeah.
Naeza hama nikae huu mtaa mdogo, nijijenge tena. Without necessarily looking for sympathy from anyone. Because the healing will come from within you.
Is there an easier way, bro?
Sindio? Then, kama ni debt, accept na let us list deni zako uzione hivi. Niko na shilingi 10 za fulani, 5 za fulani, 2 za fulani. Tuanzie na hizi 2 sasa hizi.
Hiyo ya chini kabisa.
Ya chini. It's one way of paying debt.
All right.
And you can also make it look like a game. You gamify it so that once you do these 2 shillings na umelipa.
Na imeisha.
Celebrate it in a way.
Okay.
Ujisherehekee ndani.
Ndio.
And the other thing, there's no point of running away from anyone kwa sababu ya debt. Hii ni ngumu. Alex, uko na deni yangu. Na ulitumia vile ulitumia, uko na mashida, alafu uone simu ya Mwatha. Ni ngumu kuchukua hiyo simu.
Kweli.
Kwa sababu unajaribu kuimagine utamwelezeaje. So because it is a place I have been. I have always tried as much as possible to meet that person. Niko na deni na niko na hisi. I'm in this situation. So help me also come out of this situation.
Yes.
But assuming that other person anaelewa your situation, ataelewa aje? Hawezi elewa. Sini kweli?
Kweli.
Then there are those things that we agree. Kwa sababu niko na deni.
Yeah.
Na dawa ya deni
ni kulipa.
Ni kulipa.
Yes.
And how do you pay it? Stop digging further.
Okay.
Hakuna haja uchukue deni hii ndio ulipe hii deni. Utabakia na madeni. I don't know kama history ni Kiswahili.
Yeah. Kwa sawa.
Madeni mawili, wacha sema hivyo. Sio kama Kiswahili hicho.
Utakuwa na madeni mahali pawili. Yes.
Uko na deni,
yes,
na ili uweze kunilipa unakopa nyingine.
Yes.
Like in as much as today there is the position, the environment.
You're operating like the Kenyan government.
Yes, imekuwa democratized. Unaweza kopa wakati wowote. Especially consumer debts.
Yes.
I saw it. I think we discussed this last time. We tulikopa more than 600 billion Kenya shillings debt.
Yes.
But this is only one out of many online platforms za kukopesha watu. So why are we so much in debt? It is because number 1, we do not understand debt is a tool. Siwezi maliza hiki kipindi bila kusema debt is not bad.
Okay.
Debt is good.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
Because it is a tool. You need to understand what is debt. If you are using debt to enrich yourself, to buy assets that generates income, debt is a tool. But if you are using debt for consumption, debt would reduce you to that position about now.
All right.
Yeah.
So ensure that ukichukua mkopo, unachukua mkopo wa kujiendeleza. Sio mkopo wa kuconsume.
Yes.
Chukua mkopo ulipe school fees, chukua mkopo mkule, chukua mkopo mlipe rent. Airegei.
Haizai chochote. That debt is a consumer debt. Inakuja kukumaliza zaidi. But if we learn to understand debt as a tool, we shall always appreciate how good it is to live on other people's money.
All right.
But the worst case scenario is somebody who has debt. Na shida ya debt, nikikwambia hivi. Especially for people who are salaried. Hakuna kitu kibaya kama ulivyo eleza hapo mwanzo ukisema kwamba financial institutions would want to entice you with the debts. Anakwambia you qualify for this. And for me, this is the biggest lie. There is nothing like you qualify for this debt. The question should always be, what should I do with the debt? Rather than do I qualify for debt? So una qualify for debt, nunua gari, nunua nyumba ambao hautumii, nunua magari, is this kind of lifestyle? Because in your mind, once you think about debt, yes, my payslip can afford this debt. But what does your investment portfolio need? If you require that debt, use it, buy assets.
Okay.
Period.
And that's it. And we are done. And we are done for this episode. Unless you have questions, you have comments, please comment. Hapa katika YouTube. Comment. I'll be checking your comments next. And you never know, Mwatha Njoroge anaweza come through tena, and we'll be talking about those issues again. DM me, ni follow katika mitandao yangu ya kijamii kwenye Facebook, kwenye Twitter, X, that is, katika TikTok, katika Instagram at @Alex_Mwakideu. DM, talk to me, let's have this conversation. Let's see how we can grow each other financially and have that financial discipline that we need to grow in this country. Unless, Mwatha Njoroge, you have something else you want to add?
Thank you so much. Let's learn to use debt as a tool. Let us learn not just to live within our means, but to seek to grow our means.
That's what's up. Keep talking to me. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. This is AMTV. I'm your chairman, Alex Mwakideu. See you on the next one.